For those of you heading to IMTS this semester. September, yes.
Well, the semester starts in September.
There you go. See, I know what I was talking about.
There you go.
That's right. When you're there, expect to see more companies doing something with and demoing augmented reality. We have seen experiments with augmented reality, AR, almost every IMTS for the last decade. And we see it ramp up more and more companies experimenting with it. What we've seen in the past is more them trying to kind of beta test it at a show. It's like, oh, here's this idea we're working with, you put on these goggles and it does some stuff. But I haven't really seen as much traction with it as I have seen in the last couple of years where everybody is talking about augmented reality. So there's a lot of metrology companies, for instance, that have been experimenting with both virtual reality, VR, and AR technologies. And one of the most promising applications that I've seen is for guided assembly or guided inspection. And when it comes to the latter, one of our companies that we work with, Marpos, will be demonstrating a guided sequence gauging solution that uses AR to sequence operators through the steps and measurements to check features on a cylinder head using the Marpos iWave handheld wireless gauge, which we have demoed before, and a go, no-go gauge. So what's going to happen is visitors are going to go to their booth and they can do this demo and they can try this out at the booth itself, where they're going to put on these AR goggles, and then they're going to take measurements looking through the AR goggles, and what they're going to see is measurement information that is overlaid onto the workpiece that they're working on. Now, so kind of maybe describe this a little bit more clearly if you haven't done this, is you put on these goggles and through the goggles you see what's in front of you. I mean, it's not like you're looking at a screen, you're actually seeing real life in front of you. But overlaid inside can be pictures and instructions, all sorts of stuff, the measurement data in this case, that appear superimposed on the object that you're working on. There's a lot of use for this. We've actually talked about this before. There's guided assembly, where a worker comes up to an object that they're going to work on, and written instructions or arrows or even videos sometime play in the goggles and in the earbuds, so they can actually get instruction on what they're doing and actually be pointed to where they are going to go next. Field service instructions as well. Live support is another thing that they're doing with augmented reality, where a field service tech might be out in the field and working on something and they can't solve the problem themselves, so they phone back to the home office. They get an expert online, and that person can see through their goggles or through a camera, can see what they're seeing and actually guide them and give instructions to them through the AR goggles. I mean, it's actually pretty tricky. I mean, it's really neat. So there's going to be a lot of that at IMTS, but for sure drop by the Marpos booth and see what's going on in metrology with that technology.